And we're back in the studio with Maxime Morin, product manager for Devolution Hub. You're joining us this morning to discuss what's new in the Devolution Hub portfolio of products, the roadmap, and what's new in the project, right?
Well, yeah, the two main features that we released a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago, exactly, yeah.
So let's get started. The first one is the revamped look and feel of the web interface. You probably saw it already. If you did not, go look at it. It's really awesome.
Yep.
The main reason why we did it was to make vaults more visible in the UI, more accessible, easier to switch between vaults. I use it and I like it a lot. There's some other small changes, like the search is at the top. Maybe I can switch to my browser here. For those of you that remember the old UI, the avatar used to be down here. Messages and notification also used to be down here. Now they're at the top right-hand side corner. The panels just opened on the other side, which kind of makes sense. There's also a new button, which was been released maybe a few months ago. It's to see what's new in release notes. You can explore those too. Also, every time we do a release. And the main changes, like I was mentioning, is the vaults are now accessible in the navigation. So pretty much, we moved those buttons and the search at the top here to make more space for the vaults so you can easily navigate. You can roll back if you want. There's a setting for it. This is a staging environment, by the way, and you probably had a release going on. But you can put it back if you want at the top of the tree view, like it used to be. So let us know which one you prefer and why. The why is really important, actually. Personally, I really like the new mode. It makes changing a lot easier for between vaults. Like you can switch easily. You stay in your context. If you're scroll down, you're scrolling down. You stay, where you want. And like I said earlier, this is a baby step. There's a lot of stuff that we can improve on this. One of the first thing you may have, see that this is more like, it looks a little bit like a spotlight search. This is something that we want to improve later on. We want you to be able, right now it's just searching entries, but we want you to be able to have like this pop-up and where you can type, for example, users, and we will show a search result, which is administration/users, and then you will be brought to the administration page, not just entries. So it's really becoming like a search/navigation to the web UI. There's also something else that we can do. And, you were talking about people having a lot of vaults.
Yep.
We could offer a way to regroup vaults here. And I don't know if you can see, but you have favorites in all vaults. This could be like, collapsible.
Collapsible, yeah.
Yeah. And we can then allow you to have groups of vaults in which makes sense for you. And, you can regroup stuff and enjoy like more view at once.
Just like you would do in Remote Desktop Manager, right?
Yeah.
Organizing your different entries and stuff. So, yeah.
So that's one thing, and one that I'm really excited about. It's not done yet, but it's something that surely I want to have. Right now, if you want to make a copy an item to another vault, you have to click on the entry. You have to go in the menu. You have to go copy. Then you have to select the vault, for example, if I were to copy it here. And then you have to select which folder you want to have, and then you can copy, right? Well, now that we have like this vaults right here, you have entries here. I don't know if you know, but in Hub, we do support drag and drop, right? I'm clicking on the entry here and I'm holding it. You can copy by this way. This will copy in the same vault. You can also delete if you want. Wouldn't it be nice to just like drop it in a vault? You're just beside it. I think it will make really a lot of sense. And I'm really excited about this one. And once you drop, you will prop. Do you want to have like move to another vault? Do you want to copy and select the folder? That's it. I think this will make a lot of sense, and this is where we want to go with this UI, and I think this is why it's exciting.
Wow. And still have the same integration level with Remote Desktop Manager.
Yeah.
Sure. We can also connect Gateway through Hub.
Yeah, Gateway is available also. You can have your own Devolution Gateway installed, and you can use it in your entries. Yeah.
As well as we previously saw the Devolution Send integration as well.
Yes, this is also available. Right here, Devolution Send, if you want to click and send in-app, which is a message, email, or a link.
Awesome. Moving on.
I think we're ready to the next subject. Mind you, the next one is a little bit more technical.
We like that.
Yes, this is going to work. Perfect. And if I switch, this does not work. All right, this is better. So it's a new service. It's our zero knowledge key storage service. It's a self-hosted service. I realize this is, we're a cloud service, but this has to be self-hosted.
Mm-hmm.
The goal of this service is to provide the user with the encryption keys. Now, some of you may say, okay, encryption keys for zero knowledge, it makes sense. But if I just here, I'm just going to go back to my desktop to show a screenshot. We have a couple of cases or people asking, hey, this is especially for SSO users. I've entered my email, I've entered my password in my SSO, and then I'm brought to a screen that looks like this. Why? Why do I need to enter a password? I enter my SSO password in there, it doesn't work, right?
Mm-hmm.
This screen is the screen. It's the screen that makes us be able to sell Hub, right? Without this screen, we wouldn't sell Hub. Because this screen is what protects you as clients from us or hackers with our zero knowledge on sensitive data. So this screen, we require something that comes from you, the clients, so that we can decrypt your data. So right now, we support passwords. We support QR code. We support a push notification from Workspace and even security keys. But the new service that I'm talking about, the zero knowledge service, completely bypass this. There's no need for having any of those. So you enter your email, you enter your password, boom, you're in your Hub. Nothing to enter because the service is the one that provides the key.
Hosted in the client's infrastructure.
Self-hosted, yeah. It could be on-prem, or in the cloud.
In the cloud, yeah. Okay.
So this is the goal of the service. How does it work exactly? Like I said, it's on-prem or in the cloud. We have an Azure template available. It's configured. Once you have installed it, you can configure it in your Hub. I will show that later on. And the way it works is it changed the login flow, right? It's an extra hoop in the login. Typically, when you go to your Hub, we detect that you're not logged in. We redirect you to our login provider, which is login.devolution.com. Over there, we detect, hey, this Hub has an SSO configuration. We're going to switch back to your SSO provider. Then you're going to enter your email username, and you're going to come back to login.devolution.com. If you don't have the encryption service, we're just going to ask you to enter your password
again,
your private key, as we call it. And then, if you have the encryption service, or even before that, if you have the encryption service, you're not going to be asked to enter your password. You'll just be asked nothing. You're going to be redirected to the service that you've configured, and you're going to be redirected back to Hub. So it's an extra hoop, but it's fairly transparent and quick. So before we continue, I think I'm just going to show, I can talk about this. The reason why it's important, first of all, it's simplified login, right?
But yeah.
It's like the main reason why is because login is now straightforward, really simple.
Yeah.
The other reason, it's also simplified the onboarding process. We have this weird duality right now where you have to add your user into the SSO, and then you have to invite your user into the Hub because we want to share the encryption key. So this service actually automatically add the user into your Hub if and only if this user has passed through your SSO and it's approved by your SSO, the provider. So the user, just smooth integration. You just manage your SSO. If you have provisioning, it's even better because then you can manage the groups also and the permissions to the groups. So your user is straight into a Hub with the right permissions and everything. But if you just have SSO, the user will be in the Hub with the minimal settings and the minimal permissions, actually. So I have a video of this, but it's actually working right now. This Hub is actually, maybe I can just close it and reopen. So I just went to the URL on this video. Then it's going to load my Azure ID provider. I'm going to enter my email and then the password. I'm going to ask me if you want to stay signed in. That's okay. So right now, usually you will go back to the screen here. I kind of missed it, but when you see signing in, you will go back to the screen where it asks for your password. But since the service is installed and configured, I'm straight to the Hub.
Okay.
So I'm just going to double check because I wanted to show you the settings. And since I'm an administrator, I'm going to show you the setting in Hub. You can go in administration. You can go in authentication and then encryption service. So you enable the encryption service. You have to have SSO enabled at the very least. We cannot do that without SSO.
Okay.
You put your URL that you configured, the port, and you can test it. Or if you want, you can also generate the Azure template I was mentioning about. This is you deploy a custom template, and this has the app service and everything.
Okay.
To be honest, you can probably run this on a Raspberry Pi. I mean, as long as you get .NET 8 to run on it, you can probably run it. It's not a really demanding service.
Okay.
Oh yeah, just to prove that my current user, mtest at Downhill, I'm gonna go to the portal. Is this the right one? Should be good. As you can see, this user has no password. You can see on the side here, create password, because I don't have a password. There's no 2FA, no security key, nothing on this user. It's like there's no encryption context on this user. So it's really using the encryption service to provide access to my hub.
So that's pretty much, again, a lot of improvements regarding the UI, regarding the security. But what I like about the new roadmap that you guys provided is the simplicity of onboarding new users, sharing passwords, organizing those. So a lot of those features to simplify the management of all your users and entries. And I like that a lot.
We realize the more and more that a lot of people have a lot of entries, more vaults, more entries. So we're working hard on that.
Yeah, so we have a lot of, Maurice mentioned it, but we're gathering to a lot of larger customers now, and they have hundreds of vaults, hundreds and thousands of users in Hub. So we need to figure out some neat ways to manage all of those entries and users, and that's what you guys did. And the encryption service is a very good idea, even if you haven't installed it self-hosted, which is not cloud-based. But of course, you need to manage it yourself as a customer. But it makes a lot of sense for me to in both productivity and security in that regards. Yeah. All right, Max, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for that 20 minutes demo with Devolution Hub.